in hip-hop.
If I was somewhere else simply because of the music I made, then there was nowhere it couldn't take me.
Can I have a platform where I can still be me, tell my truth, and make some money so I can take care of my loved one? There's a reason the nigga picks his pen up.
Immortal Technique is one of the most dangerous artists in America.
We moved to Harlem in the 80s. I used to get into fights all the time. I didn't realize what the prison industrial complex was. When I began to learn and understand things about the world, I was set free.
Whenever you got awakened, took this journey, fuck, man, I'm glad you did it.
I'm nobody's puppet. I control me.
Repeat after me. Viva la revolución! Viva la revolución! Viva la revolución!
The revolution of Immortal Technique. Wow. And when he talks about, up with the revolution, it's not a communist revolution. It's not a socialist revolution. It's not a fascist, right-wing, left-wing revolution. It is, I guess, a revolution of awakening and to be independent. I haven't seen the film yet, but I intend to. Bummed out that it's been out for a while and haven't seen it. Plus, I'm a free market guy. I probably want to carry it and sell it at the InfoWars shop. That's how we finance ourselves here, with viewers like you that support us and your subscriptions to InfoWarsNews.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. And don't forget, I print the magazine, 100,000 each month, at cost in groups of 10 up to 100. And the February issue is almost sold out, and that's good because February is almost over. And it gets into the attack on the Second Amendment and why the tyrants want your guns and the whole socio-economic breakdown on Agenda 21. It looks like a Immortal Technique shirt, but it's the right to keep my arms shall not be infringed. Come and take it. Poster inside. Get those at InfoWarsStore.com. Pro Pure water filters discounted. All of it. It is so incredibly important for us to do that. And at the end of the broadcast here in a moment, we'll also show you up on screen the website for Immortal Technique. Now, Tech, we got to move quick. I'm going to try to ask my questions and shut up because I agree with so much of what you're saying, and it's exciting, to have these ideas bubbling back and forth. But I want to run through as much of the other points because we've covered 4 or 5. There's like 8 more left here that we talked about before tonight's show because this is stuff you brought up mainly, but you raised the point about how people sell their souls and how in hip-hop and rap and rock and roll, why is it all such a destructive anti-family, anti-body, anti-God, anti-liberty message? Why did MTV for 3 years push Marilyn Manson when nobody wanted to hear it? It was because it was a message the system wanted heard to control the message, because if you are awake and focused and centered, you'll see the tyranny and resist against it. But let me tell you the story I was told by a former executive inside MTV and a huge rock and roll star. I'll just say that. It's not Dave Mustaine. It's not some of the other guys that have been on. So I'll just leave it. I mean, it's huge. Household name. They were there in the mid-90s when the decision was made that this hip-hop and rap's getting really popular. Rap was called hip-hop then. And we want it to be gangster and destructive.
I saw that memo going around, yeah.
Oh, you saw the memo?
Yeah, they have a memo that's on the internet right now, not to interrupt you, where that is actually sent out. And they don't have the person's name attached to it. They don't have anything. But there's a memo that floats around the industry that discusses that. I tell people, listen, entertainment can be used for several different things. This is entertainment, yet you're using entertainment to inform people. You can use entertainment to pacify people, to placate them, to fool them, to keep them so focused on this that they don't understand you're taking this. For example, what would the United States be without the World Series, without the Super Bowl, without the NBA Finals? Those Roman Colosseums.
And it's empty.
Those Roman, and I'm not saying, I love basketball. I love football. How could you be, I mean, everybody that I've met here from Texas loves football. By the way, New York Giants, greatest football team of all time. But the point that I'm trying to make is, I love these sports, but at the same time,
it's fake.
The way that they're controlled and the way that they're put out there is exactly
That's not our real culture. So what is our culture? So let me go back, because I want you to speak on this. But just to finish, so you say, oh, there's a memo. Okay, well, I can confirm with a high-level former MTV guy who's successful now doing other things and a major rock star that they were told this was going to go on and what was going to happen in these meetings. So what I'm saying is that just backs up what you were saying. And then that ties into, a lot of the Republicans are racist or tribal or are using it at least. But with Democrats, from my real research, they were the party of the Klan. They were the party of the South. They couldn't win. And so Margaret Sanger and the Rockefellers, and I've got their memos, those are public, those are in the Library of Congress, they said, we're going to pose as liberals, we're going to hire the black leaders, we're going to kill these weeds. I don't think black people are weeds. Not because I'm some bleeding heart person. I don't want any people being treated like slaves, because I know we're all humans and it all comes back on us. So I've said that. Your take on the Nancy Pelosi's, the Harry Reids, the neoliberals, because from my research, they know they're not liberals. These people are hard. You want the real racist? You want because Republicans will just use it for control. You want the real racist? Look at how they use both sides.
I think that what people don't realize is that when you use code language to talk about people, you know what I mean? And when you play the holier than thou card and I'm a good Christian soul, the pathos, the ethos of the argument doesn't equal up, which is why Republicans look like hypocrites. The problem is that people don't examine the actual the actual end result of some of the policies of Democrats at that specific time. You know what I mean? I think, for example, Obama gets a huge pass. Like I wanted to ask him this. I really hope when he gets out of office, I say to him, you know what? I saw you on TV shed tears for children from Sandy Hook.
Totally fake.
Without even that, without injecting that
Sure.
vitriol into the conversation, I want to ask him, how many tears have you ever shed for the children of Pakistan, for the children of Yemen, for the children of Gaza, whose drones and planes sponsored by America fly over and kill them? Have you shed one tear for them? You know what I mean? Have you said one prayer in your private quiet time? Because if you have, I've never heard it. And maybe you don't think it's popular enough to do, but it's necessary. Two, I think that when you talk about a liberal bias or when you talk about any of these aspects of society, you can frame it in whatever